Stop! Stop! Hey folks, Wish SE up here in New Hampshire. We're going to do an instructional video today on how to present a firearm while seated in a car. First disclaimer here, you should not try this without proper training. You need to go to a school or work with people who have done this. This is not something that you should attempt without the proper safety protocols in place and without someone who's done this and understand what you need to do to safely do it. Our demonstrations today will include both blue guns, so using a blue gun, as well as live fire. The main thing to keep in mind when we're presenting a firearm within a car is we're in a confined space, we don't have a lot of movement. It's critical that we do not sweep our body as we're bringing the gun to bear on a target, let's say in this case, to the left of the passenger of the driver's side. Got our dashboard up here, we have our threats to the left. We have our blue gun right here. So what is happening is we've got some sort of situation that we can't drive away from. Ideally, we would, if presented with a threat, we would simply drive away. But in this scenario, we are locked in. We can't move forward, we can't move backwards, and we have no choice. We can't exit the car for whatever reason. We can't run away. So I have to, my life is being threatened. I'm in fear for my life. I now have to deal with this threat here. So we're going to go really slow and walk you through this. So my seatbelt's on. I'm wearing a belt holster. What I need to do, I've got this threat on my left. I need to bring the gun up and I need to clear it without sweeping myself. So again, I'm pointing the gun toward the dashboard. I'm coming up over the steering wheel, and once I've cleared the steering wheel, my hands are coming together and I'm indexing the target and dealing with that target however I have to. Hopefully verbal commands would be enough to stop the target. So bring the gun up, stop, drop it! Something like that. So key things to remember. We've got to use the steering wheel in such a way to really protect our body as we're presenting the gun. Let's take a look at that. I am coming up over the steering wheel, right? Using that as my index, clearing my body. Once I've cleared that, I can turn and engage the target. Same, I'm just reversing it now. I'm coming back over the top, right? And I'm using that as my guide. Again, being very careful not to sweep my body in any way, shape, or form. That's really the key thing. Many new shooters, when they're doing this, will want to go fast. Don't go fast. Get a blue gun, right? Just like this one. And practice this motion. Coming up and over the steering wheel. And be very aware of where your muzzle is. You don't want to flag any part of your body. And this is why the steering wheel is such a great reference point and a way for you to drive the gun around it in such a way that you're not sweeping your body. Okay, so the same thing now. This time we're using a loaded gun. With a loaded gun, we want to be super careful here. But I have a threat to my left, right? Come down here, get a hold of the gun, bring the gun up, over, around, fire. Once I want to bring the gun back to holster, it's the exact reverse. Just coming back, really watching my muzzle, especially when I'm holstering, that I do not put the gun in a way that's going to cross my body. Let's look at it again. So, threat there. Now, one of the challenges and one of the things that you'll find as you're doing this is you're really going to discover some things about your holster and whether or not that holster is in a way that you can use it. One of the things you know, I find myself doing is having to really lean forward to get a hold of the gun. Gun comes up, around, stop! Back around, gun pointed down, back into holster. Stop! Stop! Okay, so from that side of the car, this is what the drill looks like. Got the seatbelt on. In this case, just to show you some of the advantages of different kinds of holsters, I've actually swapped out, and I'm now running my M&P Shield in a 2 o'clock holster. And the 2 o'clock holster has a lot of advantages for this type of scenario because it's up front, so I don't have the seatbelt in the way. Bring the gun up, around, engage my target. That's all there is to it. So again, when we're putting the gun away, super careful. So let's watch it again. Stop! Now! So you can see what I'm doing is I'm simply using the steering wheel as a guide so I don't flag my body, right? So get a firing grip on the gun comes up, over, I see my front sight, and I can engage the target. Okay, come up, around. That's all there is to it. Well, folks, that's a quick look at how to safely present your firearm from a seated position within your car. If you're the driver, the big thing that we want to make sure that we're doing is we want to make sure that as we present the gun is coming clear of our body, coming up around the steering wheel, and only then, when we're here, do we want to go ahead and put our finger on the trigger and fire our gun, right? And when we're coming back, it's the reverse. Back in. Again, I'm going really slow to make sure I'm not flagging my body at any time. So this is something that is certainly much more advanced, and it's something that I would recommend you studying with some people who have done this and have the training experience to do it. This is not something you should just go out and start running, having a good time with, because it's really in the gravest extreme that you would go to this type of situation. You're in a car, drive away. That's the ideal thing. If you are going to practice, the other thing that really helps is a blue gun or some type of replica that allows you to practice all this stuff with no danger whatsoever. So if we're getting to the point where we're totally comfortable with our blue gun here, a replica, we can then transition to a live gun and do it in such a way that we're safe, right? Back around and in. So that's what it looks like. If you like this video or any of the videos that we produce, click the thumbs up icon, let us know your thoughts, share them with your friends and family as well. Thanks so much, and as always, stay safe.